Hello, my name is Andrea MMT and I am going to do manual muscle testing on MCP flexion. I am going to start with my client's second digit. My client's shoulder is going to be adducted, the elbow is going to be flexed in a comfortable position, the forearm is going to be supinated, and the fingers are in a relaxed position. I am going to show you first where I am going to be palpating, which is on the dorsal side of the hand at the first dorsal interosseous muscle, just medial to the second distal metacarpal. So that is going to be right in here for me. So this is where I'm going to palpate as I stabilize the entire palm, just to prevent any movement. I am going to observe as I ask my client to only move this joint and flex it up towards us. So this demonstrates my client is at least a 3 out of 5 on the manual muscle test scale. And then I'm going to apply resistance to my client at the proximal phalanx, just giving him a 3+ as he resists me, 4 and 5, which means my client is a 5 out of 5 or normal on the scale. Next, I'm going to ask my client just to demonstrate a 3 out of 4 where he is able to perform range of motion, not full, but more than 50%. Up, up, up. Perfect. And then go ahead and relax. I'm going to ask my client to perform a 2+, which means he is able to perform range of motion, however, not quite 50% of the range of motion. Perfect. Thank you. Next, I'm going to turn my client on the ulnar border. This is going to be our gravity eliminated position. I'm going to continue to stabilize at the palm of my client. I am going to continue to palpate right at that dorsal side of the second metacarpal and ask my client to once again flex just his second finger here, second digit. Perfect. This indicates my client is at least a 2 out of 5 on the manual muscle test. And now I'm going to apply resistance to my client while continuing to stabilize him to see if we can get, a 2+ out of 5. Now my client is going to demonstrate a 2-, which means he is able to perform some range of motion, however, not full. Perfect. And then if my client was only able to contract the muscle, however, no functional motion was completed, we would call that trace. And then finally, if my client was unable to perform the movement, we would call it a 0 or flaccid.